Right, welcome to the FallsCountAnywhere.com podcast. We are reviewing last night's Raw from the 20th of February, where it was the fallout from Elimination Chamber, and the main thing of note, I guess, is that we didn't see Kane carrying on the storyline that he's gone away in an ambulance in the hospital because John Cena beat him so bad, even though it was a really, really PG match at Elimination Chamber. It was poor. I think I rated that match 5 out of 10, which is generous, really, because nothing really happened. It was so predictable. But yeah, Kane wasn't there. The segment started off with Eve backstage telling us how she used Zack, and he's going to use Cena for something. I imagine she's probably going to get involved in the Cena Rock storyline somehow, even though she should be just left alone, go back to the Divas division where no one cares about anything. And Cena came out to the ring first of all, even though, we've got Triple H, Undertaker, confrontation, we've got CM Punk, Jericho, we've got the John Laurinaitis' major announcement, but no, Cena has to start the show because Cena's Cena, and fair enough, he got Hosky #1 trending last night. He was the #1 trend in the world. Broskis before Hoskies. But it wasn't really PG. Cena, when he was talking in the ring, he said Hosky, he said bitch. It's not PG at all. And at one point he turned to the camera and I'm pretty sure he said, "I'm back." Now what's that a reference to? I don't know. Whether he's saying that he's back from the Kane episode, it's Cena again, or whether he's saying I'm back as in the heel Cena, where he would say anything he wants. He's not heel. I'm just saying, when he was the heel Cena, he would say whatever he wants with no consequence. But hopefully he's like that now, but without being heel. I can understand they don't want to turn him heel. Fair enough, he brings in... I read an article earlier this month that said Cena is worth about $116 million to the WWE. Now that is a hell of a lot of money just for one person, and you can understand why they don't want to turn him heel, even if it's only for 6 weeks to WrestleMania. It's too much of a short time to turn him heel for it to have any sort of impact on the match whatsoever. It's just going to be like Rock Hogan, Superface versus Superface, Cena Rock. Let him go at it for half an hour, and the winners in the end. It doesn't matter who wins, whether Cena wins, whether Rock wins, it doesn't matter. The winners are us. The audience, the WWE Universe. We get a fantastic match, two idols. Everyone in that Sun Life Centre at WrestleMania 28 will know who John Cena is. They'll know who The Rock is. They'll be supporting one or the other. They won't be supporting no one. It's not a match where people are like, oh, I don't care. Everyone cares about this match. Everyone. And those who say that they don't are only lying to themselves. So, in the end, we win. Right. Another thing that I want to go is we had an advert for a live SmackDown tonight, which I may or may not review tomorrow. If I do, it's only going to be a short review because I don't really watch SmackDown. I read the spoilers for it every Tuesday, and if I'm going to be honest with you, it's worse than Raw for wrestling. There's no real wrestling apart from pay-per-views anymore. So, yeah, I might review it, I might not. It depends whether I get around to watching it. I will be at work while it's on, and I won't get back till the morning, so it could be the same sort of time I upload this review. But the main thing about this is they're only promoting it the day before. I haven't heard anything about a live SmackDown before last night, the advert. It's a bit weird, but USA Network said that they wanted to do more live SmackDowns because they had the live SmackDowns that they did, they had good ratings, and they said, it's the way forward to do live SmackDowns, and that's where they want to go. Which, along with Teddy Long and John Laurinaitis in a backstage segment on Raw, they were talking, it could be the end of the brand split. It really could. If one general manager is going to be the general manager of both shows, it could signal the end of the brand split. It really could. That, along with if they bring back live SmackDown, there's no need to have two brands. Just have them both. Just have separate divisions like they did in the past. Before the brand split, you have your main eventers, you have your mid-carders, you have your cruiserweights, you have your divas. Your cruiserweights and divas mainly wrestle on SmackDown anyway, and just have a big match every week on SmackDown just to get the audience in. That's what they used to do, and that's what they should do. The thing I don't understand, the first match we got on Raw was Royal Rumble winner Sheamus taking on Mark Henry, one of John Laurinaitis' recruits. But I know Mark Henry's injured. He shouldn't really be competing, if we're being honest. However, the thing is, Mark Henry went on a 3-4 month rampage, destroying everyone. I'm pretty sure he beat Sheamus 3 times while he was squashing everyone. But Henry just put Sheamus over in that match. It lasted a couple of minutes max. Sheamus hit his bro kick, won the match. Fair enough, Henry's injured, but he shouldn't have been put in that match anyway. Sheamus could have squashed anyone with any credibility. Henry hasn't really got any credibility while he's injured. I don't understand. But, yeah, there you go. There's squash match number 1. Let's keep a count of these. Now, John Laurinaitis says there's going to be a battle royal, 5 from SmackDown, 5 from Raw, both all the losers of the Elimination Chamber. Now, we know who's going to win this because we know what WrestleMania match we've got for the WWE title. It's just a matter of getting there. I'm glad they did something entertaining. The 10-man battle royal was entertaining. I'll get to that later. We're doing this in chronological order as per usual, just to keep the flow going. Now, the next match was Primo and Epico, the WWE Tag Team Champions, who haven't defended their title on TV since winning it. No, since the day after winning it, because they won it at a house show on the Sunday, and on Monday Night Raw they defended it, and that has been it since. And they had a match against Kofi and R-Truth, who were scheduled to be in the Battle Royal. I don't know why they were doing double duties. But Kofi and R-Truth won, and that as a face team, I think that could be the future. Kofi and Evan Bourne, it was good while it lasted, but Evan Bourne obviously put an end to that. And they worked well together. They won. It was pretty much a squash match again. I mean, they squashed the tag champs. They won in pretty easy style. Primo and Epico never got anything going, really. Kofi won it with Trouble in Paradise. And there's a lack of competition for Primo and Epico. They're going against the Usos, they're going against random teams on Superstars and SmackDown. There's no credibility to that division at all. WWE don't seem to be interested in gaining any credibility for that, and I don't know when they're going to. Hopefully they will. They've signed Chris Hero, they signed the Kings of Wrestling, Andrea Costolog. I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but they've signed the Kings of Wrestling. They're in FCW at the minute, learning the ropes for the WWE, but apparently they've been signed as 2 singles wrestlers and not tag team wrestlers, which is unfortunate for everyone. Then next, we had David Otunga versus Ezekiel Jackson. Now, Ezekiel Jackson is 200 odd pounds. He's a monster of humanity. He's going to get future endeavoured sooner or later because they're doing absolutely nothing with him after he's running the core. And David Otunga, who has absolutely no wrestling credibility to his name whatsoever, squashed him. That's squash match number 3. The next thing of note is Ron Simmons being inducted into the Hall of Fame. He's a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion. He's the first recognised African American World Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, which is quite an achievement. I'm sure you'll agree. He's well worthy of his induction, and hopefully he'll be getting inducted by Bradshaw. Not only were they tag champs, tag team, in the APA, they are actually best friends as well. So yeah, good for him. There's only one more inductee I think they're announcing, and I think that's Yokozuna. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but the dirt sheets are saying it's Yokozuna, and he's going to be inducted by The Rock, I think. So The Rock is going to be at Hall of Fame, which is the date before WrestleMania, the 31st of March at the American Airlines Arena. It's going to be broadcast on the USA Network on the 2nd of April, before Monday Night Raw. Yes, before the Monday Night Raw. And yeah, it should be a good night. I'm glad I'm going. Now, next was the moment we've all been waiting for: Triple H and The Undertaker squaring off in the ring. I don't like the fact that The Undertaker's talking, or at least talking as much as he's doing promos, and he shouldn't. He should say absolutely nothing, or very, very little, because it adds to the air of The Undertaker. You know, that's what he's like. He doesn't say much. He's a very formidable force without saying a lot. When he was the American Badass, he can say whatever he wants because he was a completely different character. But when he is a dead man, when he is the Phenom, he shouldn't be saying. He shouldn't be doing promos like that. There's no need. But in the end, we all got what we wanted. We all thought this might happen, but we thought due to logistical problems, being in the outside stadium, the Sun Life Stadium, it's got no roof, that it might not happen. But apparently they're going forward and doing it. It's a Hell in a Cell match. Hell in a Cell. Triple H versus The Undertaker. Hell in a Cell. I can't wait. This WrestleMania card is shaping up to be an absolutely star-studded WrestleMania card. It's going to take some beating. Hopefully they don't, they've got 3 big matches at the minute. You know what I mean? They've got CM Punk, Chris Jericho, they've got the Hell in a Cell, Triple H versus The Undertaker, they've got Rock Cena, they've also got the World Heavyweight Championship, Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan. Apparently there is a Money in the Bank ladder match return as well, but that's not confirmed yet, that's just rumoured. But they could just put them 3 major matches in and then just fill everything else up with crap, which is, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they did. There's still Shaq and Big Show to be announced, if that is actually going ahead. Shaquille O'Neal was quoted on the Hollywood Insider that he was going to be at WrestleMania. Whether he was competing or not, he wouldn't say, but he said he's going to be there, so, that just lays out the foundations for the Big Show and Shaquille O'Neal match of some sort, whether it's a 3-point game or an actual wrestling match. It doesn't matter, it adds to the credibility of WrestleMania. It brings in more outside fans. So does Dwayne Johnson being there, The Rock. Next we had Daniel Bryan versus Santino. Santino, all the way through that match, looked like he was going to win, but we all know Daniel Bryan was going to win, reversing his LeBell Lock, making people tap for the first time. He made Santino tap on Sunday, made him tap last night. He's actually using his LeBell Lock finisher now, instead of just getting disqualified from matches. And that match lasted, I'm going to guess, 30 seconds, might have been a minute max. It's squash match number 4, by the way. And then there was a Divas match. I think it was Brie and Nikki Bella versus Kelly and Oksana. I have absolutely no idea where this match took place. I don't think anyone cares. Brie Bella, one of the Bellas, beat Oksana by using Twin Magic. No one cares, do they? No? I'll move on. There's squash match number 5, by the way, of the singles matches. Well, matches before the main event. CM Punk on commentary is one of the funniest things I have ever listened to. I remember, must have been about a year ago now, when he was out injured, just before he joined the New Nexus. He was on permanent Monday Night Raw commentary, and that is when I really started liking CM Punk. He brings something that Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, Booker T, Josh Matthews, Matt Striker, Tony Chimmel, anyone, they don't bring. He's got a swagger. Battle Royal was pointless, really, but he added some entertainment value to Raw. We all know that Chris Jericho is going to win, but there are some things to take out of this Battle Royal. Firstly, Santino eliminated Wade Barrett. Santino, the Jobber, defeated Wade Barrett, the main eventer. Santino also pinned Wade Barrett in the Elimination Chamber. That's Santino beating Wade Barrett 2 nights in a row. People are saying that Wade Barrett's getting a push. That's not a push. That's nowhere near a push. That's so far from a push, it's not even funny. Wade Barrett is a very good wrestler. And, unfortunately, when Wade Barrett got eliminated, I think Big Show threw Dolph Ziggler out. Wade Barrett didn't catch him. Dolph Ziggler landed awkwardly on the announce table, but he looked fine. Wade Barrett, his arm looked limp. It could have been a broken arm. He hit the floor. He had frustration. He was very, very frustrated. He knew exactly what had happened instantly. He's really injured his arm. There's still no actual word on what he's done or how long he'll be out for. It looks like a very serious injury, so he could be out for months. He's definitely, as far as I can see, he's definitely out of WrestleMania, which is unfortunate, especially for me as an Englishman. I'm going over to Miami. I'll be there. Wade Barrett, he's not going to be competing. It's a bit of a bummer. But it did look nasty, according to people around the arena after Monday Night Raw. His arm was in a sling. Dolph Ziggler wasn't injured. If he did, it must have been only a headache. It must have been mild, because he came out and did a dark match against CM Punk. And, Kofi got injured. R-Truth got injured. Cody Rhodes was wrestling injured. That match, half of the 10 competitors in that match were injured. Or got injured in that match. Why put them in that sort of match? I just don't understand WWE sometimes. That's 10 of their top stars in the company, and they've injured half of them. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Stevie Wonder could see Jericho win. It was only going to go one way. Cody Rhodes eliminating Big Show. I don't know whether that's amounting to a storyline on SmackDown or not. I hope not, because Big Show is a terrible wrestler. He's a I don't like the Big Show at all. He's not a great wrestler. He had something, he had size, but Mark Henry does that without being... Mark Henry can put on a decent match. His push and his World Heavyweight Championship reign on SmackDown was highly entertaining, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was about time he got that sort of push. His run with the company is coming to an end, as far as I can see. He's a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. But the Big Show, he's obviously a future Hall of Famer. He's been in WWE and WCW for, I imagine, nearly 20 years now. Well, definitely about 15 to 20 years. But everything he does is boring. I'm sorry. Everything he does is boring. Well, that's just me. Hopefully this Shaquille O'Neal versus Big Show will, be mildly entertaining. I can't imagine it being brilliant, but nothing in the WWE is these days. Well, hardly anything. And there's more heat for Jericho. CM Punk on commentary, when Jericho won, he came out and entered the ring and offered a handshake to Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho walked away from it. He did get a bit of heat from that. There was a bit of booze, but they won't. The WWE universe won't fully boo or turn on Jericho, because Jericho's Jericho. He's one of the biggest stars in the business. So they'll never fully turn on him, unfortunately, because unless he's to do some drastic heel, like things like blow CM Punk's car up or something, I don't know, do something. A nice see what I saw at the end was when Jericho kept out of the ring. He walked round to the announce table and asked the referee how Wade Barrett was, or what happened, what got on. That was a nice touch. Just shows Jericho, even though he's acting heel, he's still quite a nice guy. He acts heel on Twitter, and I'm not sure whether that's because he's doing it in character or out of character. Probably out of character, because people ask him such stupid questions, and I wouldn't hesitate to tell people where to get off either if I were him. But he is a nice guy. He was asking how Wade Barrett was. And Cena came out and cut a promo about Mr. Rocky. I forgot about this, but he cut a promo saying Rock's here next week. Blah blah blah. I'm here every week. Blah blah blah. You quit. Blah blah. I went to Movie Land. I can't put up with 6 weeks of this. We've already had it for God knows how many weeks up until Survivor Series. We had it last year at WrestleMania. How many times will Cena come out and cut the same cheesy lines? I don't care. Come up with something original. I can't put up with 6 weeks of this. I'll just skip. I just won't watch it, because The Rock will come out and do the same. As much as I admire The Rock, I'm a Rock guy, I'm not a Cena guy. But as much as I admire The Rock, he comes out and does the same, says the same thing again. Oh, you wear this brightly coloured thing and you appeal to all the children. It's the same back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know about everyone else. I think it's boring. I really do. Right then, and just a couple of that's Raw reviewed. I guess it wasn't great. I marked it a 6 out of 10. I think, I believe, and that was generous. Let me have a look what I rated it. Yeah, no, I gave it a 7. Probably due to the Triple H Undertaker. Because I'm going to WrestleMania, I'm probably a bit biased. You know, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. It's going to be off the hook. Hopefully, if they do the right thing with the WrestleMania card, add another couple of great matches to it. And add a couple of great matches to it, then it could be brilliant. And that's it for Raw and WWE. A couple of Force Count Anywhere news now. If you register today, you can. There's still a competition going on. You can win CM Punk's new shirt, the grey one in Punk We Trust. It's on the front. You can win that. The question is, CM Punk is the current WWE champion, but 1 year ago he was the leader of a WWE stable that threatened to terrorise the company. What was the name of this stable? If you think you know, you can send a private message to me on the forum. Register on the forum. The link is down below. I'll put a link on the video as well. And you can still win that. And after that, that ends. When does it end? I think it ends this Sunday, 26th of February, this Sunday. After that, we will have, I think we've got 3 or 4 competitions lined up for WrestleMania. You know, decent prizes. I mean, it's free to enter. You just register on the forum, free to enter. You don't have to pay a fee. You don't have to really do anything. All you have to do is register with your email, username, and that's about it for Force Count Anywhere. If I'm reviewing SmackDown tomorrow, I will upload it around the same time. Might be a bit later. If I'm not, I will see you next week after Raw, when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson returns once again. Have a good night, everybody.